Hello and welcome to the Perseverance event. This is to win the Porsche 911 GT198. Okay, so back to the 90s for Le Mans car. We're going to speed through this one because there's not much to it, really, especially here in the beginning. I just want to point out this is a recommended PR event, so you could try and do this with as little upgrades as possible. I didn't do that. I figured it was a required PR event, and I did the usual thing of while we have instant upgrades, instant R&D, I just put this thing to all level 3. So I did that eventually. At the moment here in the first race, I'm driving with no upgrades. But I put the cost there for all level 3 upgrades because that's what I used to complete the event. I'm sure you could probably do it in hindsight. When I look back at it now, I'm like, okay, yeah, those events at the end, it was like really pretty easy. You could probably do it with a lot less. You could probably do it with just 1 or 2 gold upgrades, maybe 1 or 2 level 3 upgrades. But yeah, up to you to give it a try. So in the beginning, these races, they kind of mess you around with the bot management because you have to win all these races. So, which is another reason why I thought I'll just put it to level 3 because it's coming across like a required PR event. Like there's no, let's just warm up the car and get used to the car and like the usual first race and just like complete 1 lap or something. It was like, no, straight into a cup race and yeah, off you go, win. So yeah, maybe I messed up there, but anyway, that just means I've got less upgrades to do when a sale comes along. If I even would want to fully upgrade this car, but I don't see any reason to do that. So what I was doing is trying as much kind of bot management as possible. So I'm slowing down and I'm trying to, I have to win the race, but I'm trying to win the race by as small a margin as possible. I'm starting to see people ask about, this event is difficult and I've got the upgrades and I can't win this event. It's the bot management you do in these early events is that's really key. I mean, this race, you can go with no upgrades. You can go win this race by a kilometer, really, if you wanted to. I mean, I'm trying to drive slowly. That's why I've gone to the cockpit cam just to see what it looks like in there. It's another cool. I love these digital displays that sort of count up the revs like that. But yeah, being slow in these races in the beginning kind of makes the game think, oh, well, this guy's only just winning those races, so don't put the difficulty up by too much. So that's the way the game works. It's the way it's programmed. The better you do, the more difficult it'll become. And so by the end of the event, the bots you're going to be racing against are going to be really, really fast and really, really tough to beat. So yeah, the bot slowing and the bot management in the beginning is really key. You can see I'm 300 meters ahead. That's like, I could have drawn him closer. Should have probably. But yeah, in the end, I managed this event without any issues. And again, now, it's just an event that we just have to win. Just go and win. There's no just completed or anything like that. Like the previous event we were doing was very silly. It was like, that Ford event, the Ford or Ferrari event was like, you could come finish 21st and just hit speed. It's weird. This one is not win. So this is a speed record, very, very easy. Just power out of here onto one of these long straights and there you go. And you can see immediately I hit speed on the brakes. I don't want to be, my top speed is 247. I don't want to be going 260 and making making the future events more difficult. So yeah, I'm not interested in making life more difficult for myself. So yeah, I'm always on the brakes, and then you've got to watch, because there's places where you can go faster again. So you don't want to go over 247. I do that sometimes. I just sort of think, oh well, that's it. Oh, I won't go faster than that. There's nowhere else on the track, and then you end up going way faster than what you actually needed to. So once you've done your top speed, keep an eye on it, and yeah, try and make sure, just manage your speed. Make sure that you're not going to go faster than that 247, or whatever top speed you achieved. And then yeah, that's that one pretty much. Okay, slowing way down at the line. Why am I doing that? I don't know why I'm doing that. I was probably just looking at something. Anyway, maybe the cat was up to some nonsense and I was just going slowly there. Okay, and then again, another quick race around this dynamic circuit. This circuit's one of the tough ones in the game. We've got 2 minutes 25 to get this done. It's a tough circuit because it's narrow and it makes overtaking really difficult. If this event was a no off track, no damage, it would be really, really tough. You can see I'm sliding, I'm trying to, you've got to go off the track in some places to overtake. Because you can see here just how narrow it is, and then these corners, you gain on the guy and there's just no way to get past. So yeah, and then here at the carousel we slow down to a crawl, which is all good. I mean, I'd rather than be going slowly than having to on a big mission to catch them. And then through the rest of this is the corkscrew. Through the rest of this is kind of just, well, just get it done before time expires. But that's really easy to do. 225 is a really long time. Remember, I've still got no upgrades here. 225 is a really, really long time to do 2 laps of the circuit. You see I'm running 106. So 2 of those is a 1 minute 12. Sorry, 2 minutes 12. So that's already like 13 seconds quicker than we need to be. And that 106 was from a standing start. So you could probably do this lap in less than a minute. So that's a mistake I often make on this track. I come over the hill a bit too quickly, don't input enough steering, and whack the wall. That's, you can see that's a big mistake, and it's going to have absolutely no bearing on whether or not I can complete this race in the time given, because we're at the corkscrew and there's 35 seconds left. That's an eternity. I didn't need to do that. I'm just showing you that if you are struggling, that is a shortcut you can take. Hello, Kitty Cat is here. Do you have something to say? Say something. Okay, just smelling the microphone. I'm holding something near my face, so the cat thinks it's food. All right, well, that's stage 1. So there's our rewards. We didn't get any gold. Nice. Oh, not very nice, is it? And moving right along. Right then, we're on to stage 2. We're paying homage to something or other. There is one of the older cars in the game. They make you use it for one race. I can't remember where it is, but here we are at Le Mans, and again it's the 24-hour circuit. It's a long circuit. So yeah, 1 lap, and basically we just again have to win. So off we go. I still at this point had no upgrades. You can see we're in amongst some cars that are not even racing cars. Was that the McLaren F1 GTR? And there's a Nissan R390. Mine certainly looks better than that livery they got on there. Yeah, so quite easy into third place. Hey, there's a Nick de Vries. Yeah, okay. And then Smith. Just Smith. There's all Bruce Willis. Just Smith. Okay, we're going to speed this up because it's an incredibly long lap and yeah, pretty simple race. He tagged me there just as I was going around the outside. See, don't do that. And I ended up in the wall. But anyway, Nick de Vries has got a run on me now. There's no slipstreaming in this event, which is kind of, well, don't know why not, but we don't have it. Anyway, there's some revenge for putting me in the wall. Mr. Smith. And off we go. Yeah, pretty simple. Again, still at this point I had no upgrades, so yeah, pretty easy race. Pretty simple with this car. Just sliding it through Indianapolis and on ours over there. And on our way into the Porsche curves in our Porsche. Yeah, there we go, through the Porsche curves. And up to the back of the circuit, the Ford chicane, and the Recordamon, and onto the main straight. And let's draw them in a little bit. And I wasn't even doing that very much. Like the bot slowing, I wasn't even drawing him in that much. But anyway, there we go, easy enough. Now we start to win without going off the track. But it's only a speed snap, so it's not too much of a problem. So all you need to do here is just make sure you get a nice drive out of Tetra Rouge over here. So just a little bit of curb on the inside and outside, level it out nicely, and you can weave to try and get your speed up, and there you go. Quick and easy. 301. We needed 297, so 4 kilometers an hour faster. That's not too bad. I don't like to try and mess about with the speed snaps too much because you can easily let your speed drop too low. Okay, Magnus is around now, and whatever we're doing here should be easy, they say. So let's do it. Oh, this is an endurance race. Again, for the case of like bot management and bot slowing, just go the distance to get first place. So yeah, again, we're gonna speed through this one. Just trying to avoid these guys, and yeah, just go, just drive. It's not difficult at all. This track, I know this track so well, so I can tell you I'm not pushing hard, I'm not pushing the limits of it at all. I'm kind of, there's some cars got in the way, so you swerve and you get into the sand a bit. And there's first place, just park it in the kitty litter, and there you go. Quick and easy, good. That is it for stage 2. And our rewards come along, and we get some gold. Yay! There you go. Alrighty then. So stage 3 is now we are taking advantage. I don't know. It just that might be illegal, but anyway. Right. Here's the older Porsche, and Ahmed is on board in this head-to-head. This is at Dubai. And this little Porsche that he's got is faster on the straights, but we're much faster in the corners. So I was just getting a good look at him. You see, he's on the brakes in these corners. You don't need to be on the brakes in these corners. I'm still with no upgrades here, and I breeze by him quite easily. I hate this part of this track, this corner in particular. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to speed it up because, yep, not much going on here. Just taking the lead to stay ahead. Drive nice and carefully. You can see I'm not pushing. I'm slowing down a lot, making sure I don't go flying off the track and let Ahmed past. To 2 laps to for this event. Yeah, nice and early on the brakes there, easy through there that time. And yeah, I'm sort of pulling away from Ahmed. We're going to let him catch us up towards the end. This corner coming up can sometimes catch you out, but yeah, I was on the brakes again nice and early. And then again through the last corner, nice and slow, let Ahmed catch us up a bit. Again, we're winning, but trying not to win by massive margins. That's all. And at the line, we've got it done. Okay, moving right along. Now we have an average speed. So average speed of 172.5. So I just kind of round that up to 173, and keep going from there. And we have 3 seconds of off track allowed. So I found myself I had to use that off track because I was kind of battling with the average speed with no upgrades. So you can see I've hit average speed, but that's fine for now because we're still in the super fast part of the track. The trick is towards the end of the lap is the slower part of the track, and that average speed is going to drop, and which means your average speed is going down while you're approaching the finish line. So I did this chicane here. I cut it the second time around, I think. You can see I took it normally this time, and I've dropped below average speed. So I wanted to see here, getting a bit wrong there. I wanted to see a 166. We're going for 173. That's a lot of average speed to try and make up. And we got this corner, and I'm still just 176. You can see I'm not going to make it. So on lap 2, I said, well, I've got to keep that average speed up a lot higher than what I did. So I need to hit average speed as soon as possible, which I've done here. And then maintain that average speed. Try not to drop below average speed again, which means cutting that squiggly chicane part. So nice and flat out through there. Nice and early on the brakes here, because I didn't want to slide, but I did. And then it ended up taking that one a bit wide, but still, I've got my average speed up. That's all that really matters. Winning the race, if you're going to hit average, if you're going to complete the average speed goal, you're going to win the race. The bots are way behind. So here's what I did here. I just cut here, just that cut there. You can see I'm still on 177. So now I've got a bunch of average speed in my pocket that I can lose. And I only used up 2.2 of the 3 seconds of off track, so safe and sound there. And yeah, off we go into the distance. You can see I can slow down a bit, but yeah, I don't want to drop that average speed. So there you go. A bit of a cut on the chicane on the second lap is kind of what I figured I needed to do there. Okay, now the Porsche 917K. There it is. We're going to be using, it's kind of like we've swapped cars now. So there's the car that we were in, and now we're going to be in the 917. So a bit of a role reversal. Now we're in the car that's fast on the straights. And with some corners, I tried to tap Ahmed there to see if he'd back off, but he didn't. Got to hit him harder next time. Okay, so here into the corners. This one is a little bit more sort of heavy and a bit more slippy and kind of a little bit more understeery. Kind of wants to drift out and drift to the edge of the track all the time. And yeah, slides a lot easier. And it's very quick to snap and lose the back end. Bit of a wild animal, this, but then, you know, the old cars back then, I think they were all kind of like that. Alright, so here we're just nicely through these corners. The key, what I was trying to do is get on that accelerator as quickly as possible out of the corners and use the straight line speed, because then Ahmed has no chance. But you know, the other side of that coin is you've got to be on the brakes a lot earlier than he has to be. But he's made up a lot of ground on us. You can see we were over 100 meters ahead, and now it's 30 meters and he's gaining. So it's through these tricky corner parts that he's making his time. But if you just drive where he wants to drive, and kind of block him, and stay on the track, don't slide out wide, especially at this corner. It's very easy to do. So yeah, just keep it nice and neat and tidy, and you'll get through that just fine. This car also, I don't own this car, I don't have any upgrades on this car, so still with no upgrades. And I'm going to wheel Ahmed in, and yeah, 13 meters ahead of the line. Yeah, good fun. Alright, and that is stage 3. We have one more to go. We don't want to skid more than twice. We don't want to go off track. So, okay, and we have to win. So that's not too terrible. That's not too bad. Get nice and wide. With these double right-handers, get out of them nicely in here, nice and easy, and then jump on the accelerator, clip the curb, and bang. Easily done with no skidding and no off track. So there we go. That's stage 4. All right, guys. That's the last race of the 4th race of stage 3. Damn it. There we go. It's done. All right. Catch you in the next one. Have a good time all the time, guys. Cheers.